up and good morning, guys? Welcome back to another video. Doing something we haven't done in a long time here. That's actually pull the old flatbed trailer out. Now, I was honestly hoping I was not gonna be one of the statistics that's gonna make a video like we're making today, but there's a reason we're loading the old trailer up there. Possibly two reasons, hopefully just one. As you guys know, we topped out at the gate project. Basically, we got about as high as we can go without having scaffolding. So the main reason I'm loading that trailer up today is we're gonna load up some scaffolding and bring it back up to the ranch. Now, the amount of scaffolding we're bringing would fit normally in the, an 8-foot bed of a pickup truck. And well, I had a perfect pickup truck for that, and I'm not loading it in this because I ain't trying to scratch this truck up. That was the 6.0 that I bought. And well, if you guys look real close in the last couple videos, you're gonna notice Powerstroke hasn't been driving the 6.0. There's a chance Powerstroke blew up the 6.0. Yeah. I can't wait for the day that I rip out all of this black fencing because it is a tight squeeze right there with the trailer. And we just made it. So we're meeting up with Zach to check out the 6.0, and I'm hoping it's something minor, guys, but I am just not very confident in that at this point. Then we gotta head over to our buddies over at JC Ornamental. We're gonna pick up some more steel. We're gonna be working on the mini truck project. Busy day ahead of us. Also, if you guys haven't been keeping up on the Rhino Ranch entrance build, make sure you guys go check out those videos. This thing is turning out sick. So I kind of missed Zach being here. He already looked at the truck, and I'll let him explain exactly what's going on with the 6.0, but needless to say, the 6.0 is kind of yeah, she kind of DOA here, dead on arrival, in a horrible spot, by the way. So we got to get her moved because she can't really sit right here. So our goal right now is get this thing away from sitting in the middle of the street. We're gonna end up moving it over to the curbside right here. I'm gonna grab some chains off the trailer here. Hopefully this will work. I wish I had a shorter chain at this moment, but my 20 footers are gonna have to do. Gonna use the old tow pig Toyota here. Gonna back the 6.0 up. Let's get her chained up here, hopefully good enough. Okay, well, the chains don't really want to fit. We got here on the old Toyota, we got actually surprised there's tow hooks in the front. Alrighty here. Now a lot of you guys said, hey, we noticed watching your videos, we see where you get your work ethic from, Powerstroke. And well, let me show you where I get something else from. I mean, it's not water bottles, but it ain't that far off. Oh, this thing is a pain to turn with no power steering. Oh jeez. I've had some trucks that were tough to turn with no power steering. This one might take the cake on the toughest. That was not easy. We barely got this far. We still gotta make a sharp turn here to get to the curb line over there. All right, well, with the power of both of us, we got it turned. Now we just got to go straight back along the curbside here. This chain likes to get stuck. Chain off. We'll get the trailer backed up in the driveway here. Get our wheel chocks in, get this thing unhooked. So while we're gone, Powerstroke's gonna load the trailer here with the scaffold, in case you guys were wondering where the previous scaffold storage yard was. Right there. Oh, look what we got here. Our old friends RCP with the truck and transfer. Somebody's getting some material. All right, we have arrived, and whoo, look at this bad boy, bro. Is this thing like bone stock?
It's except for the tires and the wheels.
Yeah, dude, doing, bro? This thing is clean, bro. I see the stock exhaust. Like, I love stuff that's not touched.
It's mainly stock, but I had to get new tires.
Yeah.
And I got the ITP wheels.
How many do you have at this point?
I have right now 3 Banjis, 250R 3-wheeler. Nice. 200X 3-wheeler. A Raptor, which is my dad's.
Gotcha.
And then the 450R 4-stroke.
What happened to this thing?
Another project.
Ooh, this thing looks like she rolled down a mountain.
She did. So you needed more sheet metal.
Yeah, one more sheet of 14 gauge I think is gonna be our ticket here.
Little cousin helping me out today.
Nice.
Learning how to work for it.
There you go. You don't gotta go all the way, that'll be all right. Now I've known Christian for all of a week now, and I can already tell This dude is such a good dude. JC Ornamental Supply, family owned. I know I kind of gave their story the last time I was here, but you guys know how big of a supporter I am of small businesses, so make sure you guys check out JC Ornamental Supply.
Zach, buddy! Oh, good. All right, still got the work boots on. I appreciate that, buddy.
How are things going? Are we fighting?
Oh, this thing is straight up a death trap. Like, jeez, guy.
It works, though.
I'm sure it works. Just stay clear of that bad boy. So Zach's over here making the impossible, hopefully possible, trying to squeeze the biggest light bars into the smallest little gaps on this here grill.
So far, it's been a mission to have. He's making custom brackets, TIG welding on the new Miller over there. A lot of time goes into this stuff. This is what a lot of people don't see. They think like, oh, I'm just bring out and drop off some light bars that aren't like meant to fit in a certain spot, and you guys just throw them in really quick and easy. But there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes to actually like do it right and make it look good. And Zach's like, you guys think I'm OCD about details? Zach is OCD about truck details, so he wants it to look right, not just slap it in, zip tie it, or whatever like a lot of people would do.
This one got the, that's where it fits, so that's where it's going.
Okay. We need an update on the 6L. Doctor.
It's broke.
We know that.
And no start.
Why had no start?
Because it made another oil leaking.
Oh, geez.
So what you're saying is we're ponying up the money right now and we're gonna bulletproof it. Start ordering the parts. It does me no good sitting on the side of the street right now. So
Well, it's actually in front of the driveway.
now we moved it.
Oh, did you?
Now we're gonna get the LOY moved up out of the way here so we can pull the mini truck out and actually work on it. I wish I drove this truck a lot more, but you guys always ask why. I live on a dirt road. I built this as a street truck because, well, when I got it, I wasn't really planning on living on a dirt road. So this truck is just way too clean with its brand new paint job. I'm not gonna tear it up, bringing it down a dirt road. The interior in this thing is like absolute brand new. It is immaculate. Nobody saw that. Derek, if you're watching, this is why you don't leave your junk around here. We've had to move this bike 52 times and it apparently decided it wanted to lay down right now. It might have had a heat stroke. And how that missed the truck, we have no idea. We're counting that as a win for today though. Now, where we last left off on this project was we've got that back piece into the bed. We got the decking, well, half the decking done. So we got our new 4x8 sheet here from our good buddies over at JC Ornamental. So we're gonna end up cutting it because again, remember this is wider than 4 foot wide. So we're gonna run, I don't remember what it ended up being, 4'6", 4'10", whatever. We're gonna run another piece to here and it's probably gonna end
maybe about right there, and if we got to splice in a little piece at the end, we will, or I might just leave it.
I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a roll-on bed liner. I'm not gonna Raptor liner it. I've seen it on Dedek's truck, seen it on Brian's truck. I'm not impressed with that stuff. It peels like crazy, even though we prepped it pretty dang good. So I'll maybe get like a roll-on bed liner or something. Not really sure yet. We'll get to there when we get to there. Let's get this sheet cut right now. Now, this ended up working out better than we had originally anticipated. If you guys remember, the original headache rack
Kind of went into this little indent that you see in the cab there.
we opted to build that whole new headache rack straight, not have that weird little indent, because number one, it was binding on the cab, and number two, it just made like putting decking in more complicated than it needed to be. So in straightening that out, it ended up to where it actually works out to almost an 8-foot bed here. Now again, we know that like nothing on this bed was square. So you can see
the gap from there to there is a little bit smaller than it is on that side. It's not worth me re-trimming this because when the tailgate's closed, you're never even gonna notice it.
So I'm gonna save myself the sparks in the face and the arms, and we're just gonna roll with that. Now, we do need to raise it up. We're gonna have to drill again, annular cut again, and then, I don't remember what, somebody called it not a spot weld, a plug weld maybe, from the backside, which is,
You'll see all these little hot spots here is what we did on this one, and this one really doesn't rattle, as opposed to that. A lot more dense.
I think that is definitely the way to go, is to hit a couple welds on the backside. Now, let's see if the old girl will go up here so I can drill my holes. She's been fighting us lately. Oh, she's going. So Sergio just happened to be working on the owner of a hydraulic company's truck the other day. So we had him come over and check everything out, and he's like, honestly, replace the hydraulic motor here, or the hydraulic pump. It's not even worth trying to repair this one. Says he's got one on the shelf. We're gonna go pick it up here probably in the next couple of days. We'll get us a new hydraulic motor on this thing, and hopefully she'll be stronger than ever and actually able to lift with all the weight we're putting on this bed. Well, we got all the holes cut. Everything is prepped. We are ready to do our welds. We pull out my safety support here. Hopefully, all right, we're good, we're good. Down she goes.
What'd I leave under there? Oh.
God damn,
We done screwed up there, boys. All right, we'll put that right there.
At least we know that safety stop worked. Now, if you guys remember what a disaster it was the other day when I was welding the thin sheet metal up on the front of the bed there, and I realized me and sheet metal don't quite get along yet when it comes to welding. I think we're coming back though, a little bit. Don't mind like the little high spot right there. Some of the paint didn't get ground away exactly where this piece ended up, but I think we're doing okay on those. And then I ended up closing the seam up here. Not the prettiest, but this is one of the few spots that I actually am gonna pretty much grind this flat. So, What do you think, buddy? Yikes!
No, you got me beat.
Now I'm really excited to try out. We've got some new flat discs here from Combat Abrasives. You guys know this is the same company that makes Renegade detail supplies. They kind of got started off doing abrasives, cutting pads, polishing pads, and all that stuff. So super excited to give these a shot. Made in the good old US of A,
Or North America / Canada.
Now this is as far as I've gotten today. I still need to sit there and grind out that whole seam, but I've just gotten word that Powerstroke has not loaded up the scaffold, and he's actually waiting for me to load up the scaffold, so we better go get that before the sun starts to go down here, and we got that guy to help. Hey buddy, I got a fun game we can play. You like games?
No.
You don't like games?
No. Well,
you ever played?
dude, I'm tired.
You tired? No, you can't say that.
Like,
you can't say that right before we play a game.
No, like
It's bedtime?
bedtime.
Are you falling asleep standing up?
Yeah.
Bro, I got a fun game called Load Up a Little Bit of Scaffold on my trailer.
Oh, my back.
Oh, jeez.
What? You got me, dog?
Go. Well, we've got it strapped down pretty good here, considering we're using chains, and we got to give them the old obligatory, she ain't going nowhere.
We're gonna run this out to the ranch.
And then in the morning, we're gonna do some cleanup around the job site, start getting the scaffolding in place. That way by the time the weekend comes and Aaron comes back out, we're ready to do the next lift on the columns and the guard shack. Let me tell you guys, having these lights, they come super in handy. So right now I've been leaving these on as I'm driving down some of these back roads because it allows me to keep an eye on the load. I know it's kind of hard to see. Anywhere I'm going through back gates or anything, I throw this one on and then I can see where my tires are to make sure I'm making it through the gate. I'm not gonna clip the gate or anything like that, but these boogers right here are nice when you're stopping, checking your load, or even allowing you to keep an eye on your load while you're driving. Look how nice it is to be able to look into the rearview mirror right there, see the load, see nothing is shifted. And the cool thing is the light doesn't ever shine out sideways. Now granted, we're on a very, very low populated road out here, so I'm not worried about blinding anybody behind me, but I don't even think those things would. I think the scaffolding is blocking the lights perfectly to where somebody could be directly behind me and the lights wouldn't even affect them, but it lights up the load perfectly for me. Now, like I mentioned earlier, kind of the next phase of the Rhino Ranch entrance project is getting all the scaffolding up, getting everything ready for the masons to come back in and basically top out the columns, top out the guard shack. We're gonna run down to the entrance right now. We're gonna drop the scaffolding off. We got a bunch of cleanup we gotta do over there. I think we're gonna grab a skid steer, start moving some of the pallets. So right now they're running around, getting all the cut block, all the mortar, little piles that were left on the ground and all that, getting everything cleaned up. I'm gonna run over to James's right now and grab his 259 with the pallet fork so I can start moving some of these pallets away from the wall a little bit. Let us put the scaffolding on. All right, so we're going back to the open cab life today. Now we're going on the hunt for some pallet forks. All right, we have located the forks right there. We'll just unhook it. I'll drag it to this side and I'll be able to pick them up off. We'll use the chains to drag it. Unhook me and let me get straight on now and I'll pull it straight back. All right, we got us some forks acquired and we are back to the ranch. Let's get the old gate opened up here so we can take the skid steer in. Then we're gonna change out the bucket. We're gonna put the forks on. Let me tell you guys, skid steer innovation has come a long ways with the automatic attach and detach. Don't miss the days of having to jump out. I don't think it comes up any higher than that. All right, so the pins are fighting me a little bit. You can see right here, this pin locks in and that's what holds the bottom of the bucket on. And she's not quite getting all the way out. All right, we've been fighting it for a minute here. Let's see if we got enough. No, we're still, the pin still doesn't want to come out all the way. That side we got out. You can see it's just barely hanging on there. This side, so close. So close. All right. Esto cuando amarro también. Sí. Okay, now that that battle's over, let's get to work. I don't know, guys. I don't know how much the 259 is gonna like a full pallet of block. I can already feel her doing a little tippy. Let's give her a shot here. This is almost a full pallet. Let's see if she likes it. Yeah, the old 259 doesn't enjoy the whole pallet here. On previous jobs when we had the smaller Bobcats, we'll break the pallets into halves. That way we can move them around comfortably without the machine wanting to tip. All right, so we got everything all cleaned up now. I'm gonna run and throw some grease in those pins. That way, hopefully, we can swap these forks out a little bit easier. Grab the old Milwaukee grease gun, put a freshy battery in her. Grease that one. And grease this one. Moment of truth, guys. Let's see if she got any easier. Oh yeah. We're gonna get some of this dirt out of here, or I don't even know what it is. It's almost like DG. Stuff's hardened like concrete. So right now we're just gonna knock down some of these piles of dirt just to make room for the scaffolding. Now I went ahead and just spread all the dirt piles that we had around here real quick because they're starting to kind of get in the way. Obviously this isn't like bringing the grade up. We did wet it down though. But when we come to bring the grade up, we're gonna kind of stir everything up in here, get everything nice and wet, recompact it. That way we've got a nice solid foundation for the next part of the driveway pour to sit on. So now we're going to unstrap all of our scaffolding, and it's kind of the ideal day to have the 259 here with the forks, because we'll just pick up all the scaffolding with the forks, go drop it where we want it, get everything set up. Get our X braces up here. All right, let's take our scaffold over. We're gonna start at the guard shack. It's gonna be the first thing we're gonna do on Saturday morning. .259 making easy work of moving some scaffolding today. Tight work. Let's put on meat. Now we'll get the plank loaded up here. Ponle todo, cuidado, sí. This thing really doesn't like these full pallets. Over. See if I can hit it with this. Right here, let me see. Maybe. It's moving. Down. Or we'll swap these because this one gets the least. I'll put the big one over there. I'll put this one by that column. All right, now the fun part. We gotta like move one of these far. You basically have to drag them along the ground because the 259 just doesn't have the weight to be able to pick them up. So we're gonna drag one more of those pallets of bomb beams all the way up to next to the guard shack over here. All right, you're coming with us. Now I'm gonna let James tell you guys what the plan is for the 259 over here, over on his channel, Get Muddy. But I'm gonna get this muddy, make sure we clean it up for him before we bring it back today. Alrighty, y'all. Well, we don't own a ton of scaffold, so basically how we're gonna do this, well, we're gonna run a few planks to catch this front side here, but we're only gonna have really 2 masons going, so they're gonna work on one spot together. Then we'll move our planks and frames to another column. I mean, that one's already set up, it just needs the plank. We'll be all right with what we got here. Just move it as we're finishing out and topping out certain sections. Now we gotta run back down to the shop.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.